Ever since its launch in 2014, the Monsterverse has given its audience a lot of kaiju to work with. Two of those kaiju being Shimo and King Ghidorah. But, ever since the new Empire was released, many people amongst the fan base have been talking about whether Shimo is bigger than King Ghidorah. This is a topic that's been discussed a lot, and fans have their own opinions about who's the biggest and largest in the Monsterverse. We are going to dive into this comparison and see who really takes the crown when it comes to size, but don't underestimate their proportions. This is Shimo versus King Ghidorah we're talking. So, let's start by talking about King Ghidorah, the massive three-headed dragon. King Ghidorah is one of the most iconic kaiju in the Monsterverse. If you've seen Godzilla, King of the Monsters, 2019, then you know just how massive and powerful Ghidorah truly is. He's Godzilla's arch-nemesis, and when he's on screen, you can't help but be amazed by his size. King Ghidorah stands at a towering 150 meters tall, making him one of the largest kaiju in the entire Monsterverse. When you see him in action, it's impossible not to be intimidated. His wingspan is enormous, and when he spreads those wings, it looks like he could block out the sky. He has two tails, both massive and capable of striking enemies with devastating force. His size alone makes him a giant among kaiju. Now, let's talk about Shimo. Shimo is a bit newer to the Monsterverse. And while she might not be as widely recognized as King Ghidorah, she's no slouch when it comes to size. Shimo first appeared in the new Empire, and she's been a favorite among fans ever since. In terms of height, Shimo is smaller than King Ghidorah. She stands at around 375 feet or 114 meters tall, which is pretty big by most standards, but definitely doesn't match the sheer size of Ghidorah. Despite her smaller stature, Shimo is still a major kaiju in the Monsterverse, with a presence that's hard to ignore. So, when it comes to size comparison, there's no question that King Ghidorah is the bigger of the two. With his 150 meters of height, Ghidorah towers over Shimo. In terms of sheer bulk and wingspan, Ghidorah's size advantage is even more obvious. To put it into perspective, King Ghidorah's wingspan alone is likely wider than an entire city block. Meanwhile, Shimo doesn't have any. Ghidorah's two tails add more length to his already enormous frame, making him an even bigger target to contend with. But size isn't everything. While Ghidorah is undeniably bigger, Shimo's smaller frame might actually give her an advantage in other situations. However, when it comes to who's physically bigger, King Ghidorah is clearly the winner. So, is Shimo bigger than King Ghidorah? Not even close. King Ghidorah is the bigger kaiju in terms of height, wingspan, and overall physical size. There's no denying that his 150 meters of height put him in a league of his own compared to Shimo. Shimo may not have the same size or bulk, but that doesn't mean she's not strong in her own right. But when we are comparing sheer size, King Ghidorah takes the crown. At the end of the day, King Ghidorah is the bigger kaiju. His massive size and wingspan make him one of the most powerful. Shimo, while smaller, still holds her own as a powerful kaiju, but in terms of size, she can't quite match the sheer scale of Ghidorah. Do you think Shimo could still take down King Ghidorah despite being smaller, or do you think Ghidorah's size gives him the ultimate advantage? Let me know what you think in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts.
It's